Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, my voice is messed up, but I'm going to keep talking. Jesus. Anyway, there's only two shows left for the latest edition of the Best of shows. So I guess after those shows are done, I guess I'll officially start season 10 of the When I Have Spare Time podcast. I've been watching the aftermath of the Roe versus Wade leaks. um, I don't know how leaks happen when it comes to like high level government, situations because like you would think our government is legit, but it's full of corruption. But anyway, someone leaked this, but well, you already know what's going on because I'm assuming if you're listening to this show, you don't live under a rock. Okay, so just no need to explain that. But I love that it's not official or anything, but people are already protesting because they really want their abortions. But the only thing the decision's gonna do, it's gonna put the responsibility on the states. So depending on the state you live in, if Roe versus Wade gets rejected, your state will make up the rules about abortion. And just like with anything, there's 50 states. So you're going to have, you know, like no state's going to have the exact same thing, but some are going to be you can do it here, some are going to be like no, you can't do it here. Some are going to be like you can do it here, but only if it's like this amount of time. But there's going to be all these different rules. But anyway, what's the one thing that's going to really happen? Those that have money are going to still be able to get abortions. Those that don't have money aren't, which is the same with any other thing that happens on this planet. If you have money, you can do it. If you don't, you can't. It's that simple. Who goes to jail? People who can't afford the best attorneys. Poor people make up most of the jail population. So it's I don't know. It's pointless. Um, but I'm more concerned about that the information got leaked, the results got leaked. I mean, that's what. I mean, if you're gonna be protesting and mad, that's what you should be mad about. You shouldn't be mad about whether Roe versus Wade is gonna get reversed because if you're pro-choice, you'll still be able to get your abortion. It might not be in the state you live in, but you'll be able to get one. So like people are acting like every single state's gonna be no, you can't do it. That's that's not gonna be the case. Democratic states, like blue states, are very pro-choice. So whatever, like let's say, I don't know. Let's say you live in Florida. That's currently a red state. So like, let's say you can't get an abortion there. Okay, well then you just go to I don't know. What's like the closest blue state? I have no idea. New York. I'm just throwing that out there. So it's not like you can't get one. And then also, if you have money, you know, you can get one in the state you're in. There'll be a doctor who'll do it. You got Mexico, you got Canada, whatever. So I'm more concerned about, is this going to affect me in any way? I have no idea. Because to me, it's just a woman's issue. But the only problem with like Roe versus Wade, there are other issues involved in it, like with medical privacy, and just there's just other issues. So and the thing I don't understand is like you have some people who are like pro-choice, but then some of those people are like pro-mandate. It's like they're all over the place when it comes to like um, your bodily autonomy. Like my body, my choice. So like if I want to get an abortion, that's up to me. But oh no, but we need mandates though. Same person will have that exact same thought process. You're like, you make no sense. But yeah, it's I have no I've seen so many people emotional about this. I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's because I'm just I don't know, psychopath. But I just feel like it's a woman's only issue, and like if you're a woman, because the only thing I hear, well, especially these feminists, just complain about how they're second class citizens and how men get paid more than them, even though the gender pay gap isn't true. Just how it's so hard being a woman and blah blah blah. Whatever. You would think if this is really true, that every woman would just be like, uh, just be pro-choice, just because they don't want a man dictating what a woman can do with her body. But whatever. But I don't care about it. Like I'm you know single. I'm never gonna be in a situation where an abortion's gonna affect my life in any way. Um, and that's the advantages of being MGTOW. I'm going my own way. I've been MGTOW for a long time. I first, but I didn't know what MGTOW was called, but I first had the behavior of being MGTOW when I was roughly in high school. I don't know which grade exactly. It might have been 10th grade. But that's back when I first realized that, women really don't like you for you. They like you for what you can provide. I was 15 and I realized that. So, but yeah, and like I'm too busy playing video games. I get more pleasure out of playing video games than anything I can do with a woman, which is very sad. Because it doesn't matter how much fun you're having with a woman, she's gonna ruin it. Trust me. And I don't know, like when you rage quit a woman, it's different than rage quitting a game. It's just not worth the hassle. But uh, I'm just I don't know. I guess I don't think like the average person because I was just under the assumption that whether you're pro-choice or not, if you're a woman, you would just want abortion to be legal because you don't want men telling you what to do with your body. Like that's what I thought the whole thing was about, actually. But I mean, you find out more about it. There's actually a lot more to Roe versus Wade. But at first, I thought it was just about I'm a woman. I don't need a man telling me what I can do with my body. Blah blah blah. But there's more to it. Okay, I get it. But still, the average person doesn't know that there's more to Roe versus Wade. So I just thought every single woman in America would be like, be pro-choice. But whatever. Um, but I'm pro apathy. I just don't care about it. I just don't care. Now, if I was a woman, would I care? I'm maybe, but I'm just I'm curious to see how it would affect mandates because it's just weird when the government has a say in what you have to do have to do with your body. Like I know there's some medical procedures or shots that you have to have if you're gonna go to public school. But here's the thing, like if you don't want those shots, just go to homeschool. So it's not like you have to take the shots, like but you have to take the shots to go to public school. But then because like public school is funded by the government. But then I don't understand how the government can mandate um, like the vaccines on the general population, though. Now I understand a government job mandating stuff, but just on the regular populace, I don't see how they can do that. But and then also more and more studies. I mean, I don't know how many more studies have to come out about the vaccine. You know that that just show that they don't stop the spread and they don't prevent you from getting the fantasy flu. I mean, there's been so many studies like you don't need any more studies. And then the other studies that keep coming out that it's a small percentage, but it does cause heart problems. In a small percentage, and there's a small percentage it does cause miscarriage. There's been enough studies now where, but if it's come to a point where like the media has been suppressing stuff so long that everyone's getting called out on it. So like the stories are finally getting out, and those people aren't being like taken off social media now, and like more and more news or independent news sources and at least news sources that aren't shills for like the Democrats. They're actually being able to publish their findings and not being like shut down or called conspiracy theorists because there's there's real science behind all this. So I don't understand why you would mandate the vaccine considering we know all the negative effects. And then also we know that natural immunity works better than the vaccine. So, like I just hope that the Roe versus Wade doesn't affect the mandates. Like the mandates. Like you can't mandate like one medical procedure doesn't fit all. Like that's the thing that I don't understand about mandating the vaccine because there's there's enough data now that shows it's not for everybody, and there's enough data that shows that it doesn't prevent or stop the spread of the fantasy flu. So that's why I keep saying that the the fantasy flu, the Wuhan lab leak virus, everything involved in it, it's just about control. It's not about the science. It's not about helping people. But it's pretty obvious because you have all this data that shows that you know the mandates are pointless, and there's been enough studies to know that the masks don't work. But once again, it's all about control. It's not about our health. If it was really about our health, the government would be mandating exercise and telling people to get healthy. But it's not about that. I've seen people demanding we take to the streets and start riots over this Roe versus Wade crap. I love how that's the the left side of the political aisle is like their first response is to always like break shit. You know, it's like they just love messing up the country. We better not have abortion riots. I mean, we better not. And if we do have abortion riots, only women who are pregnant but want to get rid of their baby should be allowed to riot, because if they get hurt during the riots, they'll probably lose the baby. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're showing your support for the protest for the cause, and you're getting an abortion at the same time. You know, fill the streets with stairs. The streets that the streets that these women are gonna ride on, fill them with stairs. Okay, two birds with one stone. Let's get this over with. It is sad that the Supreme Court has a leaker. You know that that just blows my mind. You think that'd be the one place where like there's no leaks, you know? It's only the Supreme Court. Man, we have a corrupt government. Blows my mind. And this whole thing is to cause social pressure. Like someone might change their vote. If the public is responding in this negative way. And if yeah, I'm correct. A majority of Americans want abortion. And also, I think I know why the leak happened, because of the elections coming up. I think the Democrats are trying to use this one issue to get wins. And I don't think people are going to overlook the inflation, the crime, the mandates, the horrible way the fantasy flu was handled, the the loss of all those small businesses, all those people losing their jobs, the defund the police, the BLM rights that were encouraged, inflation. I think I've said inflation. The gas prices, the Afghanistan withdrawal. There's just so many things that outweigh this one issue of abortion. Even though there's a few other things involved in the Roe versus Wade, but I'm just saying the main thing that the average Joe cares about when they hear Roe versus Wade is the abortion issue. But I don't think that one issue is going to make up for all the other 20 billion things the Democrats have done to this country. So, but that's why it was leaked, though. It had to be someone on the left, because they're trying to make it a one issue race. I mean, just the border alone, I'm not voting for. Well, I'm not voting for any politician who wants an open border. I mean, it could be a Democrat, it could be a Republican. I'm voting for the person who wants to secure our border, whether it's Republican or Democrat. Like I don't vote by party. I vote by results, and also I vote is the person saying something that's actually feasible. Like when Joe Biden said he was going to get rid of student loan debt, I did not believe a word he said. Did not believe a word he said. But if Joe Biden said something like, "Vote for me, I'll fix the border," okay, that I would believe, because that's something you can do. It's very easy to fix the border. I mean, Trump did it, and the Trump detractors think Trump's an idiot. So okay, If he can do it, then anyone can do it. So like I would believe a politician that says I'll fix the border, but a politician that says he'll like you know give give the people an economic relief, like forgiving student loans. I don't believe that for a second. But oh well. But yeah, the border alone, because usually the Democrats want the open borders. Just that issue alone, I wouldn't vote for a Democrat. And well, I don't care about abortion, so. And also, God, like even if things get mandated, like there's so much, there's so much like backlash and negative findings when it comes to the fantasy flu vaccine that it's just I can't see the mandates like lasting. And then also like in New York, they like like they have mandates, but if you're a entertainer or a professional athlete, there are no mandates. So like a situation like that, that's gonna get struck down too because it's like you can't have certain segments of the population, you know, be affected by something, but then another small section isn't. It just makes no sense. And then like in Rhode Island, it hasn't come to law yet, but there's a bill that's in front of the state legislature that wants to double the income tax to non-vaccinated residents of Rhode Island. How is that even legal? That's not gonna pass. So it's like there's crazy things out there, but they're just power grabs. Like that's not gonna pass. How is and I can't believe it even like got that far. So you think it's okay to double the income tax of non-vaccinated people in Rhode Island? But here's the problem: like they keep changing the definition of fully vaxxed anyway. It's just you're just gonna have to accept the fact the vaccine doesn't cure COVID. The vaccine doesn't cure anything. How many of these fully vaxxed politicians are on their Twitter going, I tested positive, good thing I'm fully vaxxed? Well, I guess that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. You're fully vaxxed, but yet you have it, and you're thanking whoever that you're vaxxed because it could have been worse. That makes no sense. You have no proof it could have been worse. They said, I believe it was the CDC, that like about 75% of Americans have had COVID already. Because most people are asymptomatic. That's a that's a lot of people. So if that number's true, according to them, well, I think we're okay, and that shows that the virus is not that deadly. Once again, only if you're just counting deaths from the virus alone, only the virus, 10,000 people have died. That's it. And you can look this up. CDC has all this. This is all stuff the CDC has said. I'm sorry, it's actually roughly 9,200 people from COVID only have died. Now, if you count with or complications caused by COVID, okay, yeah, yeah, there's a lot more, hell of a lot more. Once again, this is a pandemic of the unhealthy. But Yeah, I just hope the Roe versus Wade doesn't affect the BS mandates that they're trying to pass. But anyway, um, I just wish people before they freak out over all this stuff is to actually research, do your own research, and find out what it really means. Because abortion is not illegal if Roe versus Wade gets overturned. It just means that the power for that decision goes to the state. That's all it means. I mean, that's the main part. Granted, there are several other things involved in it, but you should do your own research. Because all these people reacting in emotional ways, and it's just, I don't know. Be like me. Just do what you want to do, and don't worry about the law. That's right. Well, I mean, I'm an anarchist. I'm not worried about any of these decisions. Because deep down, I mean, not that I need one, but if I did need an abortion, there's plenty of people who would do it for you, whether it's legal or not. You know. Anyway, I've said enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.